All right, let's talk about something that feels, well, impossible for a lot of us. The idea of saving $10,000, especially if you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. It can seem like a goal that's just for people with really high incomes. But what if I told you that's just not true?
Yeah, the answer is a hard no. It's absolutely not impossible. In fact, you can realistically save your first 10 grand in less than a year, and you definitely don't need a six-figure salary to do it. All you need is a system. And today, we're going to break that system down step by simple step.
And this quote, this is the core of everything. See, most people spend first and just kind of hope there's something left over to save at the end of the month. But let's be honest, that's a recipe for failure. Real financial progress doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you have a clear, deliberate plan.
So, where does this grand plan begin? It all starts with something that sounds incredibly simple, but trust me, it is so powerful. It starts with awareness. You simply cannot tell your money where to go if you don't even know where it's going right now.
I'm serious. This part is completely non-negotiable. It's like trying to drive through a new city without a map or a GPS. I mean, sure, you might get somewhere eventually, but it's going to be messy and super stressful. We have to build that map of your financial life first.
Okay, so here's your first assignment, and I promise you this is where the magic really starts. Pull up your last 30 days of bank and credit card statements and categorize everything. I'm talking rent, groceries, subscriptions, that daily coffee, all of it. Most people are absolutely shocked, floored when they see the hard numbers. That's when you'll find those little money leaks, those small, forgotten expenses that are just draining your account. This step alone is a total game changer.
Okay, so once you have that awareness, once you see the map, now we can build the engine of your savings plan. And let me be really clear, this is not about extreme sacrifice. It's about being smart and intentional with your money. This quote just nails the mindset shift you have to make. We are not cutting out everything you love. We're just making conscious choices that line up with your goal of saving that $10,000. It's about empowerment, not punishment. It puts you back in the driver's seat. Just think about it like this. What if you could find just $10 a day to save? Just 10 bucks. That could be brewing your coffee at home or packing a lunch for work. It seems like such a tiny amount, right? Almost insignificant. But that small daily change, it adds up to over $3,600 in a single year. That's the incredible power of small, consistent actions. And just like that, you're over a third of the way to your $10,000 goal from one simple habit. Now, to make this whole thing consistent, we use a simple framework called the 50-30-20 rule. It's a balanced budget that pretty much guarantees you're covering all your bases while automatically building up your savings. And it's really straightforward. 50% of your take-home pay goes to your absolute needs, things like rent and food. 30% is for your wants, the fun stuff like entertainment and dining out. And then the most important part, 20% goes directly into savings. No questions asked, every single paycheck. Now, cutting your expenses is fantastic. That's playing defense. But if you really want to hit that $10,000 goal fast, you can't just play defense. You've got to play some offense too. And that means it's time to talk about increasing your income. Think of it this way. Just trimming your budget is like trying to row a boat with only one oar. You'll move, yeah, but it's going to be slow, and you might just go in circles. But adding more income, that's like adding a second oar. All of a sudden, you're not just moving, you are flying across the water, straight toward your goal. And listen, this doesn't have to be super complicated. Just think about a skill you already have. Maybe you're good at writing or graphic design, or maybe you're just really organized. Platforms like Upwork or Fiverr can connect you with people who need those exact skills. Even a few hours a week can make a massive difference. The key is to just start small. Let's just look at the raw numbers here. An extra $500 a month, which is totally achievable for a lot of people, is an extra $6,000 a year. You combine that with your other savings, and that $10,000 goal suddenly feels very, very close. Okay, so you're tracking your spending, you've got a budget, and you're working on earning more. Awesome! Now we need to put up some guardrails to protect all your progress and make this whole thing feel effortless. These two habits right here are your secret weapons. Automation makes saving happen without you even thinking about it, and avoiding debt stops your hard-earned money from leaking out through interest payments. Now, this is maybe the simplest but most powerful psychological trick there is.
You set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account for the day you get paid. By moving the money before you even have a chance to touch it, you take willpower completely out of the equation. Your system does the work for you, out of sight, out of mind. At the same time, you have to be absolutely ruthless about avoiding these traps. High-interest debt is the #1 enemy of saving money. Every single dollar you pay in interest is a dollar you could have put toward your $10,000 goal. You have to get serious about paying down that debt, starting with the highest interest rates first. We've covered all the practical steps. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, the mindset. This is how you turn a big, scary goal into a simple daily reality.
This number, $10,000, on its own, it can feel intimidating. It's a lot of money, and it can feel like it's a million miles away.
But what if we break it down? Let's say you want to save it in 10 months. That's just $1,000 a month. Okay, that's still a chunk of change, but it feels a little more concrete now, right? Now, let's take it one step further. That $1,000 a month breaks down to about $33 a day. $33. Suddenly, that impossible mountain of $10,000 has been transformed into a simple daily action. Can you find $33 a day? Yes. Yes, you absolutely can. So, the most important point is this. Your income level does not determine your ability to save. Your system does. Following these steps consistently makes saving $10,000 not just a possibility, but an inevitability. This entire system, everything we just talked about, it starts with one single action. Will you take 30 minutes tonight to track your expenses? Will you log into your bank right now and set up that automatic transfer? The power to change your financial future is in your hands, right now. The only real question is, what are you going to do with it?